Sometimes, the most powerful revenge isn't planned at all. Sometimes, it's simply letting someone destroy themselves, while the people who matter most, watch it happen. This is the story of how one toxic manager's need for control became her ultimate downfall. And how, sometimes, all it takes is one person brave enough to speak the truth. Picture this, a bustling law firm. I serve as what I like to call a professional attorney wrangler. Think of the sharpest legal assistant you've ever seen, the one who keeps 5 brilliant but chaotic lawyers from completely falling apart. That's me. Wound tighter than a music box. Tracking every court rule in every county across the United States. Because in law, one small mistake can cost everything. For nearly a year, I'd been living a double life. Managing my regular team of 5 attorneys, while also stepping in to help a partner named Bingley, whose previous assistant had fled the firm. And trust me, when you hear why she left, you'll understand everything that followed. Her name was Lady Catherine. And she was the kind of manager who made your stomach drop the moment her name hit your inbox. You know the type, don't you? The one who says no like it's her native language. Who inserts herself into every conversation, because clearly, nothing can happen without her divine input. Who plays favorites like it's an Olympic sport. Lady Catherine had perfected the art of making people feel small. And I had the audacity to be right when she was wrong. A deadly combination. The breaking point came on what seemed like an ordinary November day. Bingley and I had built a smooth rhythm. He handled cases in a state that still required, wait for it, actual paper filings. Real documents. Mailed to real judges. In real envelopes. Quaint, right? I had mastered the system. No more second guessing. Just consistent, accurate filings. Then, Lady Catherine swooped in. Uninvited, of course. You need to include a cover letter with that filing, she said. I paused. Confused. In nearly a year, no one had ever mentioned that. Not the person who trained me. Not the court staff. Not a soul. So I said, carefully. I've never been told that before. Her reply. Well, I'm telling you now. Something in my gut told me to double-check. So I called the court administrator directly. And what happened next would have been hilarious, if it weren't so infuriating. The court admin literally laughed. Please, she said, do not send cover letters. We don't need them. They just make more paperwork. So I didn't send one. And I waited. For the storm I knew was coming. The call came the next morning. Her name lit up my screen, and I knew. Everything was about to change. You're being written up for insubordination, she said, voice full of satisfaction. Even though I had followed court rules. Even though I had spoken to the judge's staff. Even though the court told me not to send it. I was wrong, because she was always right. Then came the words that stuck in my head for weeks. You're a disrespectful little troublemaker, and I'm tired of dealing with you. A formal warning landed in my file. But that wasn't enough. The next day, an email went to my teammates, telling them to lower my yearly review scores. Because apparently, I had been rated too highly, for what my abilities really were. That's when I realized. She was building a case. Creating a fake paper trail of poor performance. Planning to destroy my career, one lie at a time. Well, if she was so tired of me, I could help with that. Within a week, I had a new job offer. But here's what Lady Catherine never understood. I didn't just work with a team. I was part of a family. The call where I resigned was supposed to be clean. Professional. Brief. But instead, I broke down sobbing. I couldn't even speak as I tried to explain to Bennett, one of the managing partners, why I was leaving. These weren't just colleagues. They were people who respected me, valued my input, treated me like the professional I had worked so hard to become. Do you want a counteroffer? Bennett asked, gentle and concerned. No, I managed. That wouldn't solve the real problem. What do you mean? He asked. And then I told him everything. The write-up. The review sabotage. The 5 other assistants who had quit, all because of her. The way she blocked my help requests. Then denied overtime. And still expected me to do it all. By the time I was done, I had given myself hiccups from crying so hard. Meanwhile, Gardner, one of my attorneys, was calling Bennett in a panic, convinced that he was the reason I quit. I thought that was it. I thought I'd have to start over somewhere new. But sometimes, the universe has other plans. That same day, my friend Charlotte called. What on earth are you doing? She said. I don't have time to train someone new. You're the only admin I trust. Why are you abandoning me? When I told her the whole story, something changed. Charlotte wasn't just another admin. She was a manager. Equal in rank to Lady Catherine. And she was done watching good people get pushed out. While Charlotte started making calls to district management, Gardner launched a campaign of his own. He called every partner he knew, dramatically claiming he'd fall apart if I left. He even joked he might throw himself off the nearest bridge. Which would have been quite a feat. In our landlocked state. The next morning, Bennett called again. What if you reported directly to Gardner instead? He asked. Lady Catherine would be forbidden from interfering with your work. I said yes. And I thought that was the end. But I was wrong. Behind the scenes, Bennett started digging. Exit interviews. Old emails. Performance reviews. Complaints. What he found was damning. 6 assistants had quit in less than a year. All because of one person. Lady Catherine. She was put on a performance improvement plan. No raise. No bonus. Just a crystal clear message, fix it, or get out. But some people never learn. Last week, Charlotte called me again. This time, with news. Lady Catherine had been stripped of all management duties. While I thrived under Gardner, she had doubled down on her toxic behavior, and failed every single benchmark. We need to discuss who should be the new manager, Charlotte said. You know everyone best. What do you think? For a moment, I imagined the poetic justice of becoming her boss. Of having the power to make her life as miserable as she made ours. But that's not who I am. I recommended someone else. Someone kind. Someone competent. Today, Lady Catherine sits at a desk as a simple paralegal. No team. No authority. No power to abuse. She went from manager to managed. From predator to just another employee, trying to get through the day. The most beautiful part. None of us set out to destroy her career. We just refused to let her destroy ours. Charlotte spoke truth to power. Gardner backed his team. Bennett listened and investigated. And me. I had the courage to walk away. Lady Catherine could have had everything. All she had to do was treat people with basic decency. Or at the very least, just leave us alone. All she had to do was nothing. And she couldn't even manage that. Sometimes, the greatest revenge is giving someone enough rope and watching them use every last inch of it. Like, subscribe and share our channel.